Now, the big prize, if you win this entire event, is that you get to make your own card. You get to design your own card for the new Cube and Cube Tutor. What type of card
do you think anyone will actually want to play with it?
It depends what you make. What do you think about making?
Well, at first I was going to play some sort of little prank with this prize, but now I think I'd rather just pat myself on the back with something I made and liked, you know. But honestly, I'm pretty excited about it. I've been combing through my phone for any stupid ideas I've had, and I think I may have found one.
Give us a taste. What color? What color?
White.
Think about a white card.
A white card.
If Lucas Childs wins, you might be seeing a white card on CubeTutor.com.
Night tokens.
Now, there's a big prize if you win the Cube Tutor Championship Series. You get to make your own card, and it's going to be on the front page of CubeTutor.com. Everyone's going to see it. Do you have any idea of what type of card you would make?
Yeah, I don't know the exact specifics of the card, but I'm actually doing a fun casual cat themed deck, and there's actually one blue cat in all of Magic, and that's Frostlink, so I wanted to create a second blue cat. I don't know what its abilities yet would be, but I think it'd be cool to have a second blue cat.
As long as it has the same whiskers
That's
over
it.
here.
That's it, yeah.
I would probably go something artifact, probably some land breaking nonsense. That's what I always seem to do. Something along the lines of a lotus petal.
Okay.
Yeah, not even.
I
not
love
exactly,
lotus
but
petal.
Yeah,
I'm on board with this card already.
It's a great card. Maybe push it a little more, but not too much. I don't like broken things. I just like disappointed faces.
Yeah, I thought about it a bit. I figured it needed to be an Is It counterspell, because that's just like my life. Played so much Splinter Twin and Modern. They've never printed like a good Is It card, good blue-red counterspell. So I was trying to think along those lines, and I'm pretty sure it has to be a counterspell that also like shuffles your deck and then plays a card off the top of it for free.
Ooh, sounds good.
Some kind of random variance. Could be totally sweet. Probably awful though. So.
Like an Is It Mine's Desire.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to see it.
And actually, since it's not like, it doesn't have to be me, I was hoping to maybe design a card after my wife, who got me back into Magic.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying not to be terrible today, so maybe it will be a little nice. But yeah, something maybe red comes into play, a legendary creature, that does some damage, kills something. I don't know. We'd have to work out the balance when I crush today.
Red, the color of passion. I hope you do well today, Josh.
She just wants to set me on fire, so that's why we went with red.
I was messing around with one idea of a creature. I wasn't sure if it would be green or black, but it would give cards in your hand cycling, where cycling is their cycling cost is X equal to their converted mana cost, just so that like if it was in like a kind of aggressive weenie deck, sometimes you're digging for your anthems later in the game, and if you draw like an Elite Vanguard or like a Savannah Lions, you just pay 1 white mana, cycle it away because you don't want any more little dudes. You're looking for your finisher. So I thought that would be kind of a neat idea. Obviously, if you have like a Grizzlebrand in your hand, you're not going to pay 8 to cycle it in your grave just so you can reanimate it or whatever. It's just something like that.
That sounds like an amazing design for a card. Wizards,
Thanks.
take note.
No, don't. Or, I mean, if you do, pay me.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe just because the whole, like, I don't know if I've ever gotten into this, but, I used to have cancer, just a brief, like, Cole's nose, but I picked up Magic so a lot more seriously during treatment for that, and it helped me cope severely. When I beat it, I actually celebrated by going on a world tour. I had a different name for it that had some profanities in it, but I was celebrating with it. So it's got a place close to my heart. So I was thinking about maybe making some sort of card with Undying.
Oh,
And it's sort of like a self-representative thing, something that comes back, but something along that route. I'll give it some more thought.
if you were to make a card, what type of card would you make?
Maybe an enchantment. Yeah, look for a big enchantment, but like low mana cost. Big low mana cost enchantment.
Redemption is the word of the day, as the two players who have made it to the losers finals will battle it out to see who moves on to the grand finals of the Cube Tutor Championship Series. All right, so we're down to the last 3. This is the losers bracket final, meaning the winner of this goes on to play Frank for the winner of the whole thing.
That's right. So basically what you're looking at is that, yes, Lucas has lost previously to Frank, and Daniel has lost 1 round as well. So they have to basically earn their way to Frank, and then beat Frank twice. Is that right?
Yep. Frank, having been undefeated with double elimination tournament, needs to lose twice in order for him not to be the victor.
Man, so this is going to be a grind for whoever gets out of this.
Have a smiley face from Lucas Childs as they
is that even
mulligans.
7? Is that 7? All right.
I think that's 7.
Make sure.
I wonder if he does if he mulligans though.
If he mulligans, it loses an eye.
Keep in mind we're still using the Vancouver mulligan rules, but it looks like both players have kept.
Yep. Now we know that Lucas is piloting here his green-red. Looks like a fairly aggressive deck, something that can punch through a lot of damage. Seeing an island from Daniel, 2 islands, looks kind of like maybe a control versus aggro type of thing here.
I know Daniel does like his blue spells, so it's not much of a surprise.
The blue spells are good, even in a low-budget cube like this. The blue spells are good.
And again, just as our previous round, we see turn 2, 2-1 for 2.
That's right. That's the guy who can unmegamorph to destroy enchantment or artifact, something like that.
Yes, he is. Yes,
he gets hooked up, though. I like that card, Core Hookmaster. Don't see it that frequently. I like it.
It's just a regular value play, but it's not going to do much against the troll.
No, not unless it somehow kills it without regenerating. Which, again, Lucas is not going to block, so...
A lot of times blue-white decks don't have much of an answer to a troll, and even see here, the Drained Architect can't even block it. So.
Yeah, that's true. He's maybe just going to have to chump it, or just put something down that's large enough to kind of keep it at bay. So Lucas has probably got a little bit of free damage here, as well as whatever this 3-mana spell is.
Seems to be holding back on the troll. I mean, if you tap your 3 mana here, you're not leaving
no
regeneration mana.
Yeah, because then he can trade for the Arbiter if he felt like it. Well, here's a land. Wait, did he tap 3 for that?
Yeah, because of the Arbiter.
Oh, right, the Arbiter.
Everything costs 1 more for Lucas Childs right now.
That is right. And it makes Daniel's spells that are white and blue cost 1 less.
White spells cost 1 less, and blue spells cost 1 less.
So if it was white and blue, it would be 2 less?
Yes.
Okay.
So Lucas gets his land from the Sylvan Ranger and offers the trade. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Which he takes.
Daniel takes it.
It's all part of the plan.
Maybe Lucas has a way of getting it back, I don't know.
Interesting, he seems to be holding the Birds of Paradise, but with the Arbiter gone, I'm not sure if he realized...
Oh, well, no, he played it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I think he just forgot at the end of the turn.
Actually, I paid 1 less.
He's listening to me.
He can hear through time and space.
So I think we traded equal.
Fournier getting aggressive with attacking
that's
back-to-back
fair.
turns.
I mean, he's just willing to trade it for that survivalist, right? Like, if he clears off Lucas's opportunities to deal damage, that's a fair thing, I think. Jessing Thief, 1-3.
And
pretty good.
a Luterial Core. So, quite a bit of danger there. Fournier can get quite ahead on cards if those go unchecked.
Yeah. And Fournier still has like 2 cards in hand or something like that?
Hard to tell. I mean, he's tapped out basically every turn starting turn 3. So.
Yeah. But if the Jessian Thief gets through for damage, then he's drawing off that as well, right? So good opportunities to fill his hand up again.
It's looking like a wise move to trade off for that Arbiter now, considering how many spells he could play per turn.
Zap. So Crater's Claws takes out the Thief, and then here comes a Strangle Root Geist with haste.
Attacking with everyone because of the shadow on the Luterial Core.
Yeah, so that damage gets through anyway. I mean, he's got some free damage if he wants to use the Core Hookmaster too, but he'll keep it back on defense, it seems.
What you got? What you got? A lot of pressure on this.
Gotta have something. I mean, he's got 5 mana. He's got like 3 cards in hand, so he's pitching. Okay, it's Snap, he discards. And here comes 5
Riftwing, it looks like? Yeah,
yep.
Riftwing Cosgate.
For the full mana cost,
Bouncing
not
the
suspended.
Survivalist. Interesting. So that thing can come back down as a 3-2 if Lucas wants.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think he had great options either way.
No, yeah, the Ranger
Strangleroot Geist and the birds, none of those are very impactful to bounce.
No. So Lucas is thinking about attacks. I think he's.
Can't really attack with the Ranger.
His hand seems to be kind of at least a couple lands there. Just Strangleroot. Daniel's at 13.
Is it going to be a Mystery Morph? It's probably the Survivalist.
Probably for.
No, it's a Boros Reckoner.
Boros.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I feel a bit iffy putting it in certain decks. Like, let's say the deck has green, I'd be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't play it. But even later on in the game, that card is pretty good. So,
especially in the Noob Cube,
yeah.
Especially with all the creature combat that happens, it's quite a dominating.
Yeah, remember
board
it has first strike if you pay red or white.
Yeah. Fournier having flying and shadow though would be able to get through for at least 3 if you wanted to.
I think the looter will always be getting in there. The Riftwing, maybe? Yeah, he'll push it.
Blocking the Reckoner is not very profitable. So.
No, it's not. Even the Strangleroot Geist is not that great. So it looks, he's still got a couple cards in his hand.
Counterspell in his hand?
Oh, and I think is that Sunblast Angel? It's Sunblast Angel. Huh, so he's got a good setup for the next turn if that's the case.
Discards the counterspell to the looter though.
Yeah. That'll look interesting to Lucas as well, from his perspective.
Right, he's got to be worried. Great answer to the Reckoner, Sunblast Angel.
So he's attacking with that Morph 2, which we know is probably the Survivalist. And Daniel blocks the Boros Reckoner? Or is
The
that
Morph looks like, yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. It's just the Survivalist, he doesn't flip or anything. And no, this is a pretty opportune moment for that Sunblast Angel if Daniel chooses to play it. Getting rid of the Boros Reckoner itself is basically already worth it. The Strangleroot Geist comes back, but still definitely a good value trade.
And just having the big flying body as well is quite the board swing there.
Oh yeah, 4/5 flyer. So Daniel at 7, Lucas at 12, but the momentum's kind of in Daniel's favor, especially with the size of that 4/5 creature.
Really taking advantage of the card selection he's gained from drawing and discarding an extra card.
Oh yeah, I mean, that Looteril core, for me, is my favorite looter. You know, the new Jace is kind of cool too, but I've just always loved the fact that it's aggressive, you attack with it, and then you get the loot.
New Jace isn't quite budget cube friendly.
No, that's the other problem there, right? Good card, but the value, the monetary value shows it. Just goes out
and a bestowed Hypnotic Siren.
Plays it.
Takes the Strangleroot Geist, we'll give it haste, and Lucas is in quite a bit of trouble right now.
Yeah, this is too much damage here. So Birds has to chump, and that has flying, yeah?
Yes, it does. Unless there's something special on top of Lucas's deck, they're going to be shuffling up for game 2. Okay, and we're back for game 2. Lucas gets to decide if he wants to play or draw, having lost the first game.
Looks like, I think he's going to decide to play. His deck is aggressive enough to take advantage of that.
Yeah, Fournier, I assumed with blue-white it was going to be a control deck, but it doesn't really look like a control deck.
Yeah, he's got a lot of creatures, really good blue utility dudes. There's Lucas with his smiley face again.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it pans out better this game.
Otherwise, it has to be a frowny face, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to start off with a frowny face, but
Both
Daniel's deck
players
is really good, I think.
Yeah, they both look. I mean, there's a reason they're here. They've. I mean, there's 5 other players that have already been knocked out of the tournament at this point.
And that's right. Even though it's called the Losers Finals, they both have a chance to be a winner.
Yeah, and Riverboa, great start from Lucas against the blue deck.
Ah, Riverboa. It's so annoying when you've got islands on your side and you're like, you know, didn't have a chance to mana leak it or have a chance to do anything that would have taken care of the problem early.
Yeah, we didn't really see any answers to River Boa from Fournier in the first game.
I don't think so.
The Sunblast doesn't kill it. I mean, the Riftwing stops it for a turn, but...
He's playing white, so maybe we haven't seen... was there something like Path to Exile, or...
There was the Hypnotic Siren, and I think I might have seen a Confiscate in Fournier's hand as well.
He can take it.
So those can work as well. Also worth keeping in mind, Lucas did beat Dan in round 2, and this is a rematch, so that's how Dan ended up in the losers bracket. Lucas, of course, lost to Frank in the previous video.
That's right, that's right. So that actually makes it pretty interesting here. I mean, it gives Daniel a bit of... I think whenever you're the blue player and you're making more decisions, it gives you a little bit of an advantage knowing more about your opponent's deck. So
yes.
Even if he lost before, it's kind of like... he can use certain information to his advantage. This Riverboa problem, however, is something else.
Yeah, we don't know if we saw this the first time or not, but he might have the ability to play around some cards that we might not have seen in the match yet.
That's true. I mean, this Boros Reckoner here is also threatening, so Daniel's got a little bit more on his plate. That is a Confiscate in his hand. It's a few turns away.
Is it a Lu Shun or...
Lu Jun, the...
Horsemanship?
Yeah. Wait a second, that guy's cheap? I thought that was an expensive card.
No, we both learned something new today.
Yeah. Well, here's Brago, also not very expensive, from Conspiracy, so not, as well-known a card, but really good in Cube. His effect is just bonkers, I think.
Works great with the Seagate Oracle, and the Riftwing Cloudscape, and the Sunblast Angel, and there's probably a few others that we haven't seen.
Yep.
But Lucas decides to attack. Brago does have flying, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and that the Boros Reckoner, I mean, he can double block it, I guess. It's just that...
Just decides to block with the Wandering Champion.
Which does take out the Seagate
And Lucas, instead of giving it first strike, he decided killing the Seagate Oracle is worth it with the Brago on the field.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's too much card selection. And it's not costing you the card of playing the Seagate Oracle in the first place, so it's too much value.
Yeah, and you're still getting the 2-for-1 out of the Reckoner. So.
Yeah, that's right. It did its job.
Passes the turn with 5 open mana. And here we see Riftwing Cloudscape, and there is a Brago as well, so that's going to be at least...
And
assuming 2 activations from the Riftwing in 1 turn. It's really showing the strength of Brago here.
Wow, that's a fantastic way for him to have dealt with the snake there and to keep the pressure up.
Yeah, bounced the land as well, so after seeing Lucas pass with 5 mana, he might have thought he was holding out for 6.
Devil's Play. That's a nice answer to Brago.
Yeah.
Keeps Daniel honest at this point. It was going to get really, really stupid if that kept going on.
But Daniel has found himself again with more power on the board than Lucas.
Yeah, interestingly enough, again for his blue-white deck, but as we said before, it's not actually playing the control role that much. It's just more tempo.
There's the Lucian again.
And Lucian is really cool because he's got horsemanship, so he can't really be blocked by anything else, except, other cards from Portal 3 Kingdoms, but who plays those, right?
Yeah, especially in the new cube, I don't know how many Portal 3 Kingdoms cards there are.
And they would have to have horsemanship, right?
Yes.
Even if it was a cube that had something like Imperial Recruiter. Now we see a very powerful play, Eternal Witness, bringing back Boros Reckoner. That's a solid turn. Doesn't deal with the aggression from Daniel and the card advantage.
Well, he does still have the Devil's Play in his graveyard.
Yeah, and he can play it. He's got the 3 red.
There is the Confiscate. But we know, Lucas, we've seen a few disenchant effects in his deck. We've seen the Morph, and we've also seen the new Stomp Howler.
Oh, yeah, the Dryads, or whatever they are.
Is that what that is? Right there we go, right on time. Conclave
Naturalists.
He's really just a Stomp Howler.
Yeah. Are they like Selesnya or something? Is that what Conclave refers to? Maybe it's like a shout out to Stomp Howler.
You're overthinking this way too much.
Probably. It's just magic.
I like this. It's just every turn attack you with everybody.
Yeah, just keep it going. Well, that's Lucas's really only way to do it, I think, here.
You'd think that red-green deck would be favored in the race, but Daniel does definitely have quite a few tricks up his sleeve.
And if he's playing something like Sunblast Angel, it takes such advantage of an aggressive move by Lucas, right?
Which it is right there, right in the beginning of his hand.
And I don't know if Daniel's just going to go ahead and play it, or if he's going to wait to maybe take care of the Riverbow as well.
And the Reckoner too is not, and the Naturalist is quite a bit. Oh, is that a Dismember?
Dismember. Pays the life.
Doesn't deal damage, which is definitely relevant against the Reckoner.
This is true. Being at 7's a bit tricky here, but I think Daniel feels comfortable about it.
Especially, well, the Riverbow is back, so he does need to find a way to that, or it's 4-turn clock.
You know, but his clock isn't so bad either. If he just goes ahead and plays the Angel, he's threatening lethal the next turn as well, I think.
Attacks for 3, brings him to 8. Angel would be he'd be 1 point short. You need to find a way to get 1 extra damage in.
Okay.
Looks like a Muldrifter, a land, and a Sunblast Angel in Fournier's hand. So maybe thinking whether or not he has to evoke the Muldrifter. But no, it looks like he will go with the Sunblast Angel.
He's going to go with it. It's, it blocks and it's threatening the damage the next turn. Okay.
Eventually, playing the extra land settles on the Sunblast Angel.
Says, I'll take the 2-for-1 here. Press for 3.
Fournier can attack for 2, bring him to 5, and 1 more land would have a lethal Devil's Play in his graveyard.
Oh, yeah, the Devil's Play.
And that does look like land off the top. So that should be lethal for Lucas. Obviously, he has seen Counterspell in the previous game, so he might be thinking about that.
That's true.
But I think it's it's just worth it to just go for it and force him to have it.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't work, he has on the attack back, he doesn't take lethal, as we previously said.
Exactly, because he's only taking 7. So the 2 definitely comes in.
2 comes in. Fournier goes to 5. Taps the mana.
Burnout.
And that'll do it. Fournier scoops up. We'll see you back for game 3. Alright, the finals, if you can call it that.
Essentially, who's going to survive? Because whoever loses this is out. Winner goes on to face Frank. Best of luck to both you gentlemen. Let's see what wins.
For playing, of course, for the winner of the Cube Tutor Championship.
A prestigious award.
And not just prestige as well. You do get some benefits from that with the card of your own design and the premium membership.
That's right, that's right. Now, we've got here the suspended Riftwing Cloudskate, and Lucas is also playing on turn 2 an Apocryphite.
2 suspend creatures.
Time Spiral making itself felt. And
even
also
more so,
another
wow.
Time Spiral card. Isn't Time Spiral like your favorite block?
It is my top 3 favorite draft formats of all time. Triple Time Spiral.
Here it is proving itself in Cube.
Yeah, as well as Triple Rise and Triple Zendikar. Or Triple Rise and Triple Innistrad.
Innistrad?
All great
yeah,
formats.
Innistrad is really good. Birds of Paradise. Looks like Dark Side of the Moon there, but I guarantee you that's Birds of Paradise. Lucas isn't cheating.
Lucas has drawn it a lot, but I don't think he's ever played it on turn 1.
Yeah, he's never really taken good advantage of it, which must be kind of annoying.
I'm not sure if he was missing the force to start, because he did start on Mountain.
Yeah, he did. So he's got, I think, Saproling Burst in his hand there, too.
Yeah, and the Creator's Clause.
The Riftwind Cloudskate's going to be coming in soon. Oh, there's his buddy
With the
Brago.
Brago, yes.
Well, Creator's Clause will maybe give him some reprieve from that.
He needs to hit a land to be able to deal 4 damage.
Yeah, if he can kill the Brago, that's well worth his turn. I don't think he can.
I don't see a land there.
He's got the Boros Reckoner. He can play that if he feels like it.
He can't always kill the Riftwing Cloudskate next turn.
Yeah.
And
Try to stop it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, the Brago still threatens with almost any other card that comes down, even like the Muldrifter we saw previous game. So it'll be interesting to see. Is that a City of Brass in his hand? No?
No.
Something else. It's Wildfire.
Wildfire?
Yeah, it's Wildfire. The yellow made it look almost like City of Brass.
Yeah. He's got the Reckoner, which he looks like he's going to play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Tanny's Acolyte, so might have been worth it to try and find the extra
try and
land.
actually play the land the turn.
But you're not going to pay Echo on that.
Yeah, I think just having an active Reckoner is good. The green mana, unfortunately, means he can't do anything with it for first strike, but gets bounced by the Cloudskate anyway.
Well, playing the Reckoner also makes sure that the Rifting Cloudscape likely targets that, which means you're more likely to be able to hit your 5 lands for the X spell on your next turn.
And here's a nice chunk of damage.
Is that a Bident as well? How many cards is he drawing here? My goodness.
Ooh.
4, discard, draw 4, discard 1?
Man, showing you why to play blue. Like, there's so many blue powerful cards that are, cheap enough to be in this cube, while you've got access to just awesome stuff like Brago and Counterspell and these other dudes sitting here.
Biden seems to be a very powerful card in Fournier's deck with all the evasion he has. Like, all of his creatures there have evasion.
And he's like, he can clear his blockers because of the Bident, right? The second ability there.
Yeah.
Which puts Lucas again in a really bad situation.
Yeah, and he can't kill the Brago because the birds was bounced on the second Riftwing activation.
So he just goes ahead, takes out the Riftwing itself, which is totally sensible. And wondering about the attack. He's trying to get a 4/4 back at some point later, maybe, but I don't know that that's really going to happen.
I think I saw a Counterspell in Fournier's hand.
Oh, that's not good.
So he's going to be able to leave that up, draw a bunch more cards.
Yep.
Lucas with just 4 permanents on the battlefield.
Slipping away. He's drawing so many cards, it's like... and here's the Arbiter
locks
now.
him down even more.
And then Seagate Oracle just to get a little bit more value. Paying only 2 for it, of course, so...
It really was just that 4th turn Lucas needed to top deck a land to kill the Brago.
He really needed that land. And now the Brago, is he just going to do it for kicks? He's going to flip these guys? Yep.
Draw 2, draw discard off Looter, blink your Seagate Oracle, draw another one.
Oh, man.
Lucas's best chance of winning is decking at this point.
Yep. Last time I played Milo's Noob Cube, I actually had Brago. I was doing some silly stuff like this. I didn't have the Bident, and I didn't have the Seagate Oracle.
I had the Bident. It was great. It was great.
Oh, man.
What a card.
So, Lucas is taking his turn here. He's on 3 lands in the Apocryphite. 4 lands.
Fournier's triple number of permanents, 7 cards in hand.
Yeah, he's not holding up the Counterspell or anything, but it just doesn't seem
and
like
that's it. Lucas is like, I've had enough, I'm going home. We'll be back for the grand finals between Frank and Fournier.